everyone. It's Kazimir Kuskiswat, the CEO of Problematic Esports, and today we're going to talk a little bit about NHL Esports as the Gaming World Championships are heating up. We're going to have our team manager slash head coach, How to CHEL, joining us on the video today. Talk a little bit about everything that's going on with the GWCs and a little bit how the Problematic players are doing in it. So we're going to send it over to How to CHEL right now. Hope you guys enjoy.
This is How to CHEL, Grizzly HTC, bringing you a video about the NHL 2020 GWC tournament that's going on right now. I'm going to be talking a lot about the Problematic Esports organization and how our players have been doing throughout this tournament. So I want to start off with the Xbox bracket side of things, and I'm going to start with myself, because even though I don't consider myself a professional player anymore, I still ended up having a pretty good run throughout the tournament, and I'm just going to go through my games. I played against three really good players, Habs Logic, It's Luigi, and also Ace of Flames. All three of those guys played fantastic whenever they played against me. All three of those series went to a BO3 final game. And I ended up, even though I stole a few games, I still played fantastic and ended up making it to the top 16. So very happy with my performance. I ended up playing Dangology for the top 8 position, and he ended up beating me in 3 games as well. So, but I'm going to talk a little bit about my games here, especially the final series against Dangology. I was down 3-0 in the second period, and then I ended up coming back and winning the game 4-3. Somehow, I scored 4 goals in the third period and ended up winning that game. That was a huge rush. Thought like, wow, man, I can actually beat this guy. Especially the fact that Dangology is one of those players that has been on my tail the entire year. He's been a fantastic player. I've had a hard time beating him, hard time playing against him, and he did play fantastic during this tournament and during the series that I played against him. But I ended up winning that first game. Second game, ended up losing 6-2. Did not play nearly as well as I wanted to. It was very unfortunate, but I regrouped, ended up getting into the third game. I was down 4-0. And somehow, after the second period, I ended up bringing it back to 4-2. And then in the third period, changed up the strategies, brought it back to 4-4, and then, unfortunately, with 17 seconds left, ended up losing it with a breakaway. He scored with a breakaway with 17 seconds left and ended up losing that 5-4. So, I played. In all honesty, I'm not a professional player anymore. I'm very competitive, but I am very happy with how I played. I'm happy with how I represented Problematic, especially as a manager and not just a professional player. So, very happy with how I played there. Let's focus on some of the other Problematic players that we have competing in this tournament as well. So 2 other players were also competing for the U.S. side of things, Nippin Biscuits and also JrPens. I'm going to start off with Nippin Biscuits. The guy played fantastic throughout this entire tournament. He played absolutely fantastic. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get to see every single game that was played because I was also playing at the same time, but I did get to watch the final 2 games against him and Kesso. The unfortunate thing is he had to play Kesso. Kesso is one of the best United States players in the game, if not one of the best players in the game in itself. So it's unfortunate that he had to play against him, and I will say, Nippin, you played fantastic against him that first game. He ended up losing 2-1 in overtime. That game could have gone either way. Very unfortunate, but he played fantastic. And again, I think him losing that game really messed up his mentality a little bit, and he ended up losing the second game 6-0 in a DNF. So, but I will be completely honest, Nippin, you played fantastic this tournament. You played great. You played one of the best players that you could have played against. Nothing wrong with that at all. He played fantastic, and there's nothing to hang your head about there. So let's move on to JrPens. JrPens is hands down one of the best United States players in the tournament by far. He's playing on the PS4 side of things. He is fantastic. He's absolutely unbelievable. This guy is crazy. He plays a very different play style from a lot of other players. He shoots everything that he can possibly shoot. He goes for ridiculous shots and rebounds, and he loves his D-to-D passes. JrPens just plays a different game than a lot of other players, and it really does show. Whenever he was playing his final games, and I will also say I didn't have the luxury to watch his first 3 round matchups, but I did get to watch his final matchups against NYR Rangers. The first game ended up winning 3-2 in overtime. And the main thing that I wanna focus on here is the first game he tripled his stats. He tripled the TOA and he tripled the shots, which, if you guys are familiar with NHL and how you play games, if you're tripling those statistics, you are doing something right. And JrPens is definitely doing something right with his playstyle. Even though it was a 3-2 OT, JrPens said that NYR was playing fantastic, and it just basically came down to the fact that JrPens got the goal, and he ended up making it happen. It took him some time, but he made it happen. Game number 2, JrPens playing him again, ended up going to another overtime, actually double overtime, and I did get to watch this entire overtime in full live, which was very, very entertaining. JrPens was all over him the entire overtime, and it was a real treat to watch. Just seeing how well JrPens controlled the game and controlled the tempo, controlled the shots, the time on attack, everything. I mean, JrPens at the end of this game, he ended up winning 5-4. He almost quadrupled both the shots and the time on attack. Absolute dominant play, an absolute dominant performance from JrPens. Played fantastic. And like I said, JrPens is one of the best players in the United States. I have him going all the way through to winning the entire United States bracket for the PS4 side. I think he's going to win the $1,000. He's going to have to play against Frog Stomp coming up here in the top 8. I think that he's going to end up taking it to. I actually think that he's going to win it in 2 games. I think that it's going to be a much closer series because he's playing against a much better opponent. But I think he's going to win it in 2 games. And then moving on, he's going to have to play against someone like Kesso. If Kesso makes it past his opponent, I think Kesso is definitely going to be his hardest opponent in this tournament. But I think that JrPens can easily beat that as well, or beat him as well with a 2-1 series. So, and then if JrPens does make it to the finals, he has someone probably like John Wayne. So John Wayne is also one of the top guys in the United States side. I don't think John Wayne he's definitely going to make it to the finals. I don't see how he can't. And if John plays against Pens in the finals, I really do think that Pens is going to get his revenge on him and win 2-1 in that series as well. So I have the utmost faith in Pens, and I really think that Pens is going to move on to the to regionals, and I think he's going to have that number 1 seed for sure. So let's move on to the Canadian side of things. So basically, the Xbox the US side of things was last weekend. We played our first series, and everyone that made it was, they made it to the top 8, and they will be playing next weekend to make it to, the finals for regionals. But Canada is starting then that weekend as well, and Canada is going to be starting from the top 128. And we have 3 players from Problematic Esports playing as well. We have Saphir, Dangs, and Desi, and I'm going to start with Dangs. Dangs is someone who, I think that a lot of the critics are going to be surprised by how he plays. He's got one of the best teams in the game by far. Hands down, one of the best teams in the tournament. The guy had a fantastic run in the Hut Connected series this year from Gamer Saloon. I think that, he's going to really, really turn some heads. And as long as he has a good bracket, I would be shocked if he doesn't make it to regionals as well. Desi D. Desi D has been, on my radar all year. He's been absolutely fantastic. One of the best players I've seen play. One of the biggest things that I've noticed from his gameplay is, he's been playing in Gamer Saloon's Elite 8 and Hut Connected as well. But the main thing is, whenever he's playing in the Elite 8, I noticed that he got matched up against someone called Nuclear a lot. And one of the main things is, Nuclear is hands down one of the top 2 players in the game behind probably Regs. And Nuclear will tell you that Desi is one of his best competitors. So I think that Desi is definitely going to turn some heads in this tournament. I think that, if he can compete against Nuclear, I think that he can compete against anyone in the Canadian side of the bracket. So if Nuclear plays his game and he plays well, I think that he's going to make it to the regionals easily. And then the final guy, Saphir Snipes Gold. The guy has, been off and on this year. He played fantastic during the Toronto tournament. He ended up winning one of the lands there. Absolute fantastic player. As of late, he has been 10 times better than he was, a few months ago. The guy has been absolutely insane lately. He's been working with JrPens. They've been practicing back and forth constantly. These guys have been putting in the time and effort. They have been working their asses off to make it to this tournament, and they have been working their asses off to make it to regionals. And if there's anyone out of this Canadian bracket that I think that can make it to the regionals, I think it's Saphir by far. He has been, like I said, incredible as of late. He played in the Elite 8 for Gamer Saloon. He played in the Hut Connected League. He had strong showings. Didn't get the results he quite wanted to, but, very strong showings. Played fantastic. I don't see him not making it to at least top 8 this weekend, and at least making it to the regionals for sure. I think for the Canadian side of things, it's going to be a little bit different because they have a lot more elite players in those brackets. So I think it's going to be a little bit more difficult. But I really have a lot of faith in our players for Problematic. We do have quite a few of them. And they all are really competitive, and they all are fantastic players in their own sense. So I really think that all of them have an opportunity to make it, and I wouldn't be shocked if they all don't have an opportunity to make this tournament for regionals. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to JrPens playing in the top 8 coming up this weekend as well. So it's going to be a great weekend for Problematic Esports. Big games on the line here. I'm really hoping to see our players, make it to the big stage here. And if there is going to be, with the whole COVID-19 crisis and everything like that, if there is going to be a LAN for regionals and finals, I really hope to see those guys there. I really hope to see anyone else that's going to be going there. I hope to be participating myself and being there to support my teammates, to be there supporting the players and all those guys. So really excited for what's about to unfold, and it is going to be a great weekend for EA Sports, NHL Esports, and I am really excited to see what Problematic is going to do here in this coming weekend. So that is all from me. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys this weekend.
So there you have it, folks. A lot of insight from How to CHEL, going through everything that you need to know about what's been happening and what's going on. And I hope to see you guys next week as we go through the Canadian top 128 qualifiers again with How to CHEL. And we're trying to keep up with the YouTube page a little bit better. So make sure to subscribe so you'll stay updated with what's going on. And thanks for watching. Hope you guys are doing good and staying safe and staying healthy. So see you soon.